Jermaine, is that crisis averted, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for top teams, you know, when you've lost a game as a manager, of course you want a reaction from your players and as players as well. When you've played a game and you've lost, you know, the way they lost against Tottenham, you can't, like I mentioned before, you can't wait until the next game to pull it right. And yeah, the manager will be delighted, to be honest. You know, it's a massive football club. You know, they're so used to dominating, winning games and stuff like that. So today to win today is massive for them. Yeah.
What about that post-match, coupled with what he did post-match on Monday night in front of?
Well, he's trying to endear himself to supporters.
Trying to create a bond, do you think?
Yeah, he's trying to endear himself. Understandable, I suppose. I mean, Man United can't judge themselves against Burnley with utmost respect to Burnley. You know, Man United will be judged when they play Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham, Chelsea. You know, that's the games they have to win. You know, normally, you know, playing against Burnley, it's near enough a dead set. You're going to get 3 points. Burnley with 1 point right now, and Man United coming off the back of a terrible result, so it's not a surprise result. I just think with Man United, there's so much focus on Man United. Going back to before the season started, the obvious arguments between the board and the manager because the manager was not getting his own way, and then with some of the players being sort of coming out and showing that all was not well within the club. I don't think you get rid of that problem by beating Burnley. You know, I think the genie's out the bottle in terms of there is speculation about Mourinho's job, and I don't think that will go away simply because they won 2-0 at Turf Moor today. I think that the first time they lose a game against another big team, or maybe a lesser team, she'll be back out the bottle, and that's the price in the ticket and manage Man United. That ain't going away because they've beat Burnley 2-0 today.
Craig?
No. Look, whether or not you love him or hate him, you have to respect him because of what he's done in the game. You know, he is a top manager and will remain a top manager, but it's just been a strange summer. You know, we're used to Manchester United not just dominating, but just there's a certain the way they've acted because they've had probably been the greatest managers we've ever seen since Alex Ferguson. But as a club, as an institution, they're run so well. You never really hear certain stories that have come out. The way it's gone over the last year or so, it's just not felt the same. Whether we can talk about his brand of football or, you know,
well, 44 attempts in the last two games. I think there were 23 against Spurs on Monday, 21 again today. Does it feel like that means they're going in the right direction?
Look, the way they've played, and it's not gonna happen overnight. I still feel against the top teams, they're weak in certain areas, and they're going to get found out. Where, like I said, we're used to this Manchester United team. Now it has changed. It's not the same team, and they're not going to dominate Premier League football like they have done over the years. There's going to be a building period, but I'm just not sure whether this man's going to be the one to see it out.
His job, like any manager's job, is to take the best out of the group of players you're working with. That's the top and bottom of it. Is he doing that?
Has he done that with some of the players he signed as well?
I think it's generally accepted within football that they have got a very good group of players at Man United. And I think the criticism comes for Jose Mourinho because of some, not all, but some of the football he plays, they have had a difficult start to the season. I think the problems during the summer were self-inflicted. You know, to win football games, it's if everybody in the football club from the very top down, if everyone's pulling in the same direction, it's still hard to win games. But when there's people going off in different direction and maybe not everyone pulling in the same direction, it's bloody difficult. And I think that's where Man United are right now. I'll give you an example. When Pogba comes out and says that he'd love to, he can't say what he really wants to feel because it'll get him in trouble. And that's after he's been handed a captaincy, and the manager says he had a monster game after the Leicester game the first time around, but he still shows that kind of dissent. That tells me that he's been offered the olive branch and he's chosen not to pick it up.
Good job they won today, wasn't it?